All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Wrestling with TMossBoss channel. And in today's video, I wanted to talk on this situation with Roxanne, where I guess a stalker of hers, he had an account where it was like the name was crazy. I can't remember exactly what the name was, but it was this crazy name where it had something to do with her. Like I think it was like, is Roxanne dead yet, or something like that. And that alone is like, fam, and there's the thing. There's this key question. There's this like haymaker question that I'm gonna ask, but I just felt like I needed to discuss like all the things that this guy had did. But anyways, had this like crazy Twitter name, then had a Twitter account dedicated to just hating on her. Then I guess the last thing that he did, which really made a lot of news, to where this photo got created, and then stand with Roxanne, and then you just had it where she was just getting this outpour of love. But anyways, had leaked out her personal information. So the haymaker question that I feel that I need to ask: what did Roxanne do? Not even so much as like just do in general, but what did she do to this individual? Because you would think like, okay, like she had to have done something, but the most I can think of like something that a woman does in the entertainment business, especially when she's an attractive woman, is that what she ignored your message. She, or let's say it's just on some wrestling business where, oh, she didn't sign your action figure or belt, t-shirt, whatever, 4 or 5 in the morning, where she probably is going like, going off of an hour of sleep, but she's supposed to tend to your needs. That's the stuff that be tripping me out about some of these wrestling fans, is that they forget that these, wrestlers are people, but then they just think of them as like, oh, this is my source of entertainment. They got to entertain me 24 hours of the day. And that's the thing. I'm a wrestling fan too. I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid, but that's one thing. As I've grown older and then just get more into the entertainment business, you learn about these people without even really knowing them. So Roxanne, that's the thing. She is human, just like anybody else that's walking the face of this earth. Your neighbors, your co-workers, your friends, strangers. She ain't no different. Yeah, she just so happens to be on TV and having 5-star matches, but still, that's the thing though. You still have to have respect for her. So that's why I'm like, it really trips me out that this individual would take things that far. And it's like, okay, just asking like two haymaker questions, but it is almost in a way the same question. What did she do to you? And what did she do, like, I guess, all together, where if other people are trying to justify what this guy did, then it's like, okay, what did she do? Because as far as I see, what she's been in the business, I think when I looked it up, she debuted in 2018. So like, what, she was a teenager. Nobody didn't really know who she was at that time being and stuff. Then fast forward, she gets signed to WWE. What did she do from that time frame? And then even from when she was in NXT all the way up until now, what did she do then? Roxanne has probably been that one wrestler where you don't see her in no drama. You don't see her like saying anything crazy. You don't see her doing anything crazy. Maybe she did, and I just missed it. But yeah, overall, she don't deserve the crap that she's going through. So like, my thing is this. And I did a podcast episode where I was kind of talking on this a little bit. Y'all need to leave this girl alone. But that doesn't even go for her. That just goes for anybody. Because I've dealt with my fair share of stalkers. Like, I can relate in a way to what she's going through. Not all the way, but yeah, overall I can relate. I've dealt with my fair share of stalkers, and it's weird. It's weird that somebody will allow themselves to get that upset, and it's like, fam, she ain't did nothing to you besides appear on TV and wrestle. Like, oh, and cut, some good promos and stuff, tweet out on social media, or post on social media. That is all that she's done. And then that's another thing too, where it's like, what, she's in a relationship, she posted her boyfriend, now you feel like you gotta take whatever built up anger you got from your, and that's usually what that stuff is too. Somebody probably just got like some childhood trauma, and they feel that they need to take it out on others. And I'm like, fam, that's not my fault. Whatever you went through as when you were a kid, that's not my fault. But I'm just saying that, for Roxanne, where it's like, whatever you went through as a kid, that's not her fault. She ain't did nothing to you besides exist. The same thing that every other living creature on earth has done. So that's why I'm like, yeah, fam, the hatred that she's getting from this stalker, and just all the hatred I guess she's, because she's gonna have some haters. And I think, and it could be a situation too where it's just somebody that's allowing themselves to get that like that wrestling storyline, allowing them to get it in their heads to where it's like they think that that stuff is like real, like she's really a bad person. I'm saying I've never met her, but I feel like she's one of those people where it's like, yeah, she's not one of those individuals where it's like you're gonna hear some horror story about her years from now. And I mean, if that's the thing, if we hear some horror story about her from another wrestler where she was hard to get along with and all this other stuff, that's between them. They ain't got nothing to do with us, all right? At the end of the day, we're wrestling fans. That's what we need to be doing. All we need to do is just watch the shows, buy the merch, and go to the live shows. But other than that, it's like, fam, any extra stuff, yeah, leaking out her information, hating on her, tweeting evil things about her, that's no. That's just it's one of those things. It's crazy because let that happen to that individual or somebody that they care about, then it's I gotta get upset. But it's like, but it's okay for you to do it to somebody else. But it's a problem when it's being done to you, or something's equally being done to you, or it's being the same thing that you're doing is happening to somebody that you care about. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm not hearing no justification with the hate. And I know I've heard that before, like with people that have gotten into it with, where they try to say that and justify like what they're doing is because she's a public figure. It ain't got nothing to do with her being a public figure. It's like whether she's a public figure, private figure, whatever form of figure, you have to have respect for her. It don't matter what she's doing, where she's at. You have to have respect for her. Point blank simple. All right. So but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. I know I stand with Roxanne. I'm like, the funny thing is she's only been in the business for a little bit. Don't really know too much like about her. Well, I mean, yeah, from what I've seen on TV, her wrestling ability, it's better than mine, And that's the thing too, where it's like if you are hating on her for her wrestling ability, then it's like, okay, then you go out there and do something better than her. If not, then it's like, fam, sit down, shut up, watch her on TV or watch her live, but have respect for her. If you don't like her, you don't have to like her. There's wrestlers out there where I'm like, yeah, I mean, they all right, but I'm not going to go out on social media and talk crap about them pretty much, so but anyways, maybe if it's like from, just like going through with the story where it's all like, oh, they're such an evil person. But yeah, I'm talking about them as a wrestler. But them as a person, they're probably, yeah, donating to charities, doing all this other good work for people and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, but when they're on TV, like The Miz, for an example, yeah, I'm like, oh, what The Miz did, I'm like, that is so messed up. Oh, there's an evil man. I'm gonna boo him every time when I go to a show. But I'm saying that as a fan, as me, myself, Tyler, the man behind TMossBoss. I'm like, hey, whatever his well, I don't know. I feel kind of I feel like it's disrespectful calling Miz by his government name, but Tyler to Mike, I have no hatred towards that man. And then yeah, same with Roxanne, and then whatever her name is, it's like, yeah, I have no hatred towards her, so but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's like as you get older, you realize like, dang, these guys, they're really entertaining people to where it's like if they could get me to hate them in the span of a day, week, month, however long, I'm like, yeah, they're good, good at what they're doing. All right. So but anyways, but that still doesn't justify no actual legitimate hatred and stuff. So but anyways, yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.